All right, so we're back here on the Venice baseball broadcast. Apparently, Facebook kicked me off. The microphone was not on, but apparently it picked up a secondary microphone, and we were kicked off due to audio copyright issues. So we're back here on the Venice baseball broadcast. It's not your fault, man. It's every time if you leave the microphone open, it kicks you off of Facebook. YouTube, it doesn't, but Facebook boots you right off and then doesn't tell you until you don't see any viewers on the broadcast. So luckily, we're back here again. The Indians 1 through 9. Whitney, Dunn, and Houston. First three, Shoemaker, Adrian, Embry, Purcell, Deans, and Brady Shoemaker will round out the 1 through 9 order for your Indians. Josh Grant here on the Venice Baseball broadcast. Glad to be back with you. It's been a couple of weeks. Indians had a tough road trip up to Tallahassee. Have dropped 7 in a row, but in talking to Coach Faulkner tonight, he's confident again in his sophomore starter, Nate Winterhalter, and confident that the offensive lineup is starting to take shape a little bit. 4 runs in each of the last 2 games. And if you look at the games prior, they took them 4 games to score 3 runs. So the offense, again, has struggled throughout the season, but Coach Faulkner is confident in his team tonight against these Riverview Rams. Let's take a look at the defense. Around the horn, Cooper Backman in left, Elijah Hurt in center, Cesar Silva in right, Pip Smalley at third, Chris Barr at short, Dylan Wilds at second, Clay Russin at first base, Cooper Bowditch as the catcher, and tonight's starter is the left-hander, number 6, Nick Polk. The first inning is sponsored by our friends at Gemini Apparel. Call 941-488-7447 for all of your screen printing, embroidery, promotional products, banners, anything you need, any promotional need. Gemini Apparel can do it for you. GeminiApparel.com. Thanks to the Raffanellos for being a great sponsor here of the Venice baseball broadcast. John Whitney will step in. Whitney last time against Riverview was 1 for 4 with a single. And the first pitch to Whitney misses for ball 1. First pitch at 7:02. Absolutely gorgeous night here in Sarasota, live from the campus of STC. Is where the Rams call home, as Whitney will sky that into center field, and that one will drop down. So good spot there. Put it into no man's land for Whitney, and the Indians have great speed on here with the leadoff hitter. It's been another lineup change with Whitney back in the leadoff spot. Got to get that offense going as he's got elite speed and can put pressure on the starter right away. Dunn will step in, the tool-hole hitter, the left fielder for your Indians. He'll square on to bunt it right back to the pitcher. So a good bunt by Dunn moves Whitney up to second. That's a sacrifice. Put out goes 1-3. And puts a runner in scoring position, most importantly, for your Indians, with Merrick Houston coming up to the plate. Houston came back during the Tallahassee trip. Is hoping to get back to full strength here over the next couple of weeks. A much-needed spark for the Indians' offense. Whitney with a good lead off second. Come with a curveball right on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. I believe this is his 3rd game back. I did not make the Tallahassee trip. The 0-1 will ground it over to third. He'll look him back, does Smalley, and fires to first. For out number 2, put out goes 5-3. Whitney stays at second, and that'll bring up Cole Shoemaker.
Third baseman, number 11, Cole Shoemaker.
72 degrees here on a Friday night in Venice. Big day for the island of Venice and the Venice High community tomorrow. We'll talk about that as the evening goes on. So Shoemaker steps in last time against Riverview's 1 for 3 with a walk. That 2-away here and a runner in scoring position. First pitch to Shoe is high for ball 1. Coach talked about it in the pregame show that did not get produced. His ability to move over to shortstop when Houston went out, and how well he played was a big reason why, even at a 3-8 record, the Indians' defense kind of took shape with he and Jeremiah Pachoda up the middle. As Shoemaker lines one into center field, Whitney will come around third. John Whitney's going to score, and the Indians take a 1-0 lead. Cole Shoemaker with the RBI single. Attaboy Shoe.
First baseman, number 28, Trent Adrian.
There hasn't been many times this season that the Indians have gotten on the board first. Matter of fact, early in the season, I believe their first 8 runs were scored in the 6th inning or later. But a 1-0 lead here early is huge. And Shu will take off on the pitch. He's safe at second, looks at third, but he'll stay there. So Cole Shoemaker with a stolen base. Puts a runner in scoring position now. Got to get Trent Adrian going. Big spot here for Adrian. Got a lot of room down that left field line. Good lead for Shu. Nobody holding. Adrian swings and foul, tips that one into the back of the fence. Count goes even at 1-1. Again, nobody holding at second. The 1-1 low and outside. And the count goes to 2-1. Almost got away from Cooper Bowditch. The 2-1 is Sky right up the chute. Barr's going to call it at shortstop, and that'll do it here for the Indians in the top half of the first. 1 run across the board. A Cole Shoemaker RBI single scores John Whitney. And we go to the bottom half of the first. Chris Barr, Pip Smalley, Dylan Wilds, first 3 up for the Rams. Let's see what Nate Winterhalter could do on the mound for your Indians. We will be right back. First pitch from Nate Winterhalter to Chris Barr is a strike as we are underway here in the bottom half of the first. Inning sponsored by Siesta Beach Eats. Check them out, siestabeacheats.com. Now part of the Venice Pier Group family, which includes Sharkies on the Pier, Fins, and Snook Haven. Siesta Beach Eats is your one-stop shop for everything you need to enjoy an unforgettable day at Siesta Key Beach. The 0-1 is right on the inside part of the plate for strike two. Winterhalter working quickly is ahead of Chris Barr here, the leadoff hitter for the Rams. Josh Grant on the Venice Baseball Broadcast. Thanks for joining us again, spending your Friday night here with us. The 0-2 outside. Pitch called the ball. Count goes to 1-2. Stop by the Sand Pavilion or Sun Deck, the new and improved beach concessions to fuel up for fun in the sun with delicious snacks, sandwiches, salads, drinks, and more. Stress less with convenient beach equipment rentals. Stock up on stylish apparel and pick up beach day necessities from the retail store. Siesta Beach Eats. Online at siestabeacheats.com. The 0-1-2 is popped over to third base. Shoemaker will back up and put it away. Put out goes P5, and that's the first out of the inning for Nate Winterhalter. Indians defense left to right. Nick Dunn in left. Whitney in center. Embry in right. Cole Shoemaker at third. Merrick Houston at short. Brady Shoemaker at second. Trent Adrian at first. The catcher Steven Deans, and again Nate Winterhalter on the mound. Thanks to Pam and Ryan for checking in. Missed you guys. Haven't been back on here for a while. We'll not be doing the IMG tournament next week, but should not have issues doing any games the rest of the way, as the first pitch to Pip Smalley is low and inside for ball one. The 0-1. Good spot by Winterhalter for strike one. May have been a bit low, but I think it was right on the outside part of the plate. The 1-1 curveball well outside. Ball count goes to 2-1. The Indians got on the board first. John Whitney with a leadoff single was then brought in on an RBI single by Cole Shoemaker. So there's your one-run lead. The 1-2 is grounded over to Houston at short. He'll scoop it up and fire to Adrian at first. The throw is high, and Smalley is safe. So that's an E6 for Houston. And that'll bring up the second baseman, number 4, Dylan Wilds. Hi, Cynthia. Thanks for checking in once again. The 3 most frequent listeners, Ryan, Pam, and Cynthia Gray, all checking out tonight's game. Thanks again for joining us. It's a pretty easily fielded ball by Houston, but he just kind of bombed the throw. So Smalley with good speed at first. The first pitch is high for ball one. And Winterhalter will check at Smalley. He's back in safely. So the next 3 games for the Indians are all a part of the IMG tournament. They do have a broadcast that you pay for. I'll have to check out the website here as the game goes on, but they'll be taking on 3 teams in the IMG tournament: Life Prep out of Wichita, Kansas, Centerville of Ohio, and Canterbury from Fort Myers. As the 1-0 is grounded to Houston at short, he'll go to second for 1, first for 2. That's a 6-3 double play. That gets Winterhalter out of the inning here for your Indians. We go to the top of the second. It's 6, 7, 8. Embry, Purcell, and Dean's first 3 up for the Indians. We'll be right back here on the Venice Baseball Broadcast. Embry, Purcell, and Dean's first three up here in the top half of the second for your Indians. Thanks to Dr. Kevin Shapley, DMD, the top of the second sponsor. Summertime's coming up. Got to get those teeth checked out. Dr. Kevin Shapley, ShapleyDMD.com, 941-426-0215. As the 1-0 to Embry is popped here on top of the press box.
Okay.
High atop Suncoast Technical College, and the count pulls even at 1-1. The 1-1 Embry is low and inside. The count goes to 2-1. Tomorrow on the island of Venice is the Parade of Champions. Starts at 11 o'clock, honoring the 2021 FHSAA 7A football, or 8A, excuse me, 8A, wow. 8A football state champion, Venice Indians, along with two of our scholar athletes who won a gold medal in basketball at a recent Special Olympics competition. So parade starts at 11 o'clock, leaves from the school and goes all around the island, and will end at the gazebo in Centennial Park for a celebration hosted by yours truly. As maybe one of these days I will sleep, as Embry lines it into center field, but right at the right fielder, Cesar Silva, for the first out of the top half of the second.
The designated hitter, number 23, Hunter Purcell.
Sleep when you're dead, I guess. So Purcell steps in. Another one of those guys who's got to get something going here for the Indians. You're a designated hitter. Lefty on lefty. First pitch to Purcell is grounded to Barr at short. He'll take his time and throw across the diamond. Throws a bit low, but still gets Purcell. Put out goes 6-3. And we have two away for Stephen Deans. First pitch to Deans is high and outside for ball one. Deans, in the last matchup versus Riverview, really started the seventh inning rally. He led off the inning with a double, and then his courtesy runner scored as Deans lines one into left field, and that one's going to go for extra bases. Deans is around first. Cooper Backman will come up with the throw, and Deans pulls into second for a two-out double for your Indians catcher.
Second baseman, number 5, Brady Shoemaker.
Took advantage of the space down the left field line. That'll bring up Brady Shoemaker.
Number 8. DeSavion? Oh, yeah.
As we got a courtesy runner, DeSavion Cassaway out for your Indians at second base. Elite speed. We've talked about it all season long. Right guy, right spot out on the second base. As Brady Shoemaker steps in, first pitch to Shoemaker is low and outside for ball one. The 1-0 to Shoemaker is taken high. Count goes to 2-0. So with Cassaway, a raw talent, to say the least. I mean, his speed is unremarkable. His defense in the outfield, you won't find many high school center fielders that'll get to the balls that he can. But offensively, he's still trying to figure it out. He's been working really hard in the cages, trying to time it. He talked about it. I talked to him yesterday. He talked about how he's got a heavier bat because his hands are so fast. So he's really working on trying to time each pitch and figure that hand to barrel thing out. The 2-1 low and outside, count goes to 3-1. When DeSavion Cassaway puts it all together, you've almost got a complete baseball player. Again, those skills are so raw, and he's still learning the game. But he brings a toughness and a grit to that Indians roster. The 3-1 to Shoemaker, he walks him. Low and outside. So runners now on first and second. We'll go back to the top of the order for John Whitney. So Witt again led off the game with a single and then later scored on the RBI single by Cole Shoemaker. So the Indians got something going here in the top half of the second. Outfield playing Whitney to pull. Castaway, one of the members of the 2021 8A state championship football team, will be at the Parade of Champions tomorrow. The first pitch to Whitney is fouled for strike one. Most excited to honor our student Special Olympians, to be honest. The two students played on that gold medal basketball team. Big spot for Whitney here. The 0-1 is high and inside. Count goes to 1-1. Castaway with a good lead at second. The 1-1 low and outside. And Whitney's ahead in the count here, 2-1. Fastball count here for the Indian center fielder. The 2-1 will go off speed and stay high. Count goes to 3-1. And a walk here loads the bases for Nick Dunn. And that may be exactly what Polk is trying to do, pitch around Whitney. Even now, that will load the bases. And he'll get a visit from his catcher, Bowditch. So looking at the Indians' schedule after that IMG tournament, home on April 5th against Sarasota, and then at Cool Today Park on Friday, April 8th against the Lemon Bay Manta Rays. The spring training home of the Atlanta Braves. Really cool facility to watch a high school baseball game. We will be live with the first pitch at 7 o'clock. The 3-1 is foul back to the fence, and the count pulls full now at 3-2. That is a great atmosphere to watch a high school baseball game. The Venice crowd really showed up last year. I think they said it was like 700 or 800 just on the Venice side as the Indians defeated Sarasota last year, and that's the Mizuno Classic, I believe is what it's called. As the 3-2 to Whitney, driven into the right center field gap, and that one's going to get down. Castaway comes around third. He'll score. Shoemaker is stopped at third, and the Indians now with a 2-1 lead, or a 2-0 lead.
Left fielder, number 6, Nick Dunn.
Attaboy, John Whitney. And now runners in scoring position, second and third for Nick Dunn. Dunn in a sacrifice 1-3 earlier that allowed Whitney to get up to second. The Indians now 2 runs on 4 hits. And that'll get a visit from the Riverview manager, and we'll be right back here on the Venice Baseball broadcast. Rams go to the bullpen. It's Sam Clenott now taking the mound with runners in scoring position, second and third, and Nick Dunn at the plate. Indians with a 2-0 lead and looking to add some more. First pitch from Clenott is right on the outside, black for strike one. Indians with one here in the top half of the second. An RBI double by John Whitney just brought home to Savion Cassaway, who was running for Stephen Deans. Big spot here for the freshman. The 0-1, good spot by Clenott. And the count goes to 0-2. It's a tough pitch to look at by Dunn. So Shoemaker at third, Whitney at second. Base hit scores them both. The 0-2 to Dunn. Grounder right back up the middle. Chris Barr will field it. Has to make a jump throw. What a play by Chris Barr as he gets Dunn out 6-3, and that'll end it here for your Indians. But they had a run, go to the bottom half of the second with a 2-0 lead. It's 4, 5, and 6 for the Rams. Cooper Squared and Clay Russin will be back here on the Venice Baseball broadcast. Four, five, six, first three up for the Rams here in the bottom of the second, live from STC. It's your Venice Indians and the Riverview Rams. First pitch to left fielder Cooper Backman is low and outside for ball one. Josh Grainer of the Venice Baseball broadcast. Peach Wave Frozen Yogurt is the bottom of the second inning sponsor. Check them out on Facebook at Peach Wave West Villages. Their deal of the day, they post it each Monday on Facebook. You can bring your whole family out. I think we went yesterday for the 30% off deal with the green cup. It's like $20 to get frozen yogurt for the whole family with as many toppings as you want. 30% off the green cup. The 2-0 is grounded foul. Count goes to 2-1. All different stuff. Peach Wave Frozen Yogurt located in West Villages at the entrance to Cool Today Park, where your Indians and Lemon Bay Manta Rays will face off on April 8th. And we will have that broadcast. The 2-1 low and inside. Count goes to 3-1. Yeah, they run specials all the time. So check them out on Facebook, facebook.com, Peach Wave West Villages. The 3-1 is chopped to Shoemaker at third. He'll come up firing. Good throw by Cole Shoemaker. He puts him away for round number one. Put out goes 5-3.
Number 9, Cooper Bowditch.
Now bring up the catcher, number 9, Cooper Bowditch. First pitch to Bowditch is fouled back to Deans for strike one. Bowditch against the Indians last time, 0 for 1, but walked twice and scored 2 of the 3 runs for the Rams. Struck out in the 5th, but walked in the 2nd, walked in the 4th, and came around. The 0-1 is low and outside. Good job by Deans to slide and pick it up. Count goes to 1-1. Good pitch by Winterhalter as the curveball gets Bowditch chasing, and he's ahead in the count now, 1-2. Just past 7:30 here on the west coast of Florida. A nearly perfect 70 degrees. The 1-2 bounces into Deans. Count goes even at 2-2. Should be a beautiful day tomorrow for the Parade of Champions, with a high tomorrow of 76 degrees. It's not going to last much longer. So take advantage of it while you can and meet us at Centennial Park. The 2-2 low and inside. The count goes to 3-2. Winterhalter looking to put Bowditch away. The 3-2, strike 3 looking. Good pitch by Winterhalter for out number 2.
First baseman, number 19. Clay
And that'll bring up Clay Russin. Perfect spot for the Indians righty. Rams with a 7-4 record. Have this one tonight, and then they will play in the IMG tournament. North Cobb Christian, IMG Academy, Pelham, Alabama. Then they have a TBA on April 1st. The first pitch to Russin is right on the outside corner for strike 1. Good timing for the IMG tournament as teams are really starting to get into their groove. The hitters are starting to come around a little bit. Pitchers, again, always ahead of hitters. So it's a good test to play teams from around the country as the 0-1 is skied into left field. Houston will call off Dunn, and he'll put it away for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Rams. We go to the top of the 3rd. It's the power alley, 3-4-5. Houston, Shoemaker, and Adrian. First 3 up for your Indians. We'll be right back here on the Venice Baseball broadcast. Top of the 3rd, sponsored by Venice Sports Cards and Collectibles. Open 7 days a week from 9 to 5. Check them out right across from the Chevy dealership in Venice. Check them out online at VeniceSportsCardsCollectibles.com. They've got everything a collector wants, from sports cards to Pokemon to WWE and everything in between, video games and all that. Venice Sports Cards and Collectibles. Merrick Houston will step in, grounded out 5-3 in the 1st. First pitch to Houston is over for strike 1. Same spot, same result to Houston. And he's quick. Bill checking in. Thanks, Bill. Clenot now out for his first official inning of work. The 0-2, good spot. Freezes Merrick Houston on 3 pitches. 4 out, number 1. And Shoemaker with an RBI single in the first, scoring John Whitney. For the first run of the night. And Whitney with a RBI single of his own. As first pitch is lofted into center field. Hurdle track it and get back and put it away. 1 pitch. Now 2 outs here for the Indians. And that'll bring up Trent Adrian. Adrian flew out to the shortstop to end the first. As first pitch is right on the outside corner for strike 1. And Adrian needing to get that offense going. The 0-1, he'll slap it out there. And what a play by Clay Rustin as he'll dive to his right. And he almost came up with it. But Trent Adrian on with a single. And that'll bring up John Embry. It looked like he got it from this angle. I got a wall in between the windows. So Trent Adrian's on with a single, the 5th hit of the night for the Indians. And John Embry's up, lined out to right to lead off the second. First pitch is a curveball right on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Two 5-1 now for the Indians. And Embry will drive it into shortstop. Barr comes up with it, flips it to second to put out Adrian 6-4. And that'll do it here in the top half of the third. We go to the bottom, 7, 8, 9. First 3 up for the Rams, Hertz, Silva, and Gearhart. We'll be right back here on the Venice Baseball broadcast. Thanks to Venice Sports Cards and Collectibles, your top of the third inning sponsor. American Legion Novell Post 159 has bingo every night at Wednesday at 6 p.m. Yoga every Tuesday and Thursday at 9:30. and lots more to come. American Legion, Novell Post 159. That's Nokomis, Osprey, Venice, Englewood, and Laurel. Check them out online at novellpost159.org. First pitch to Elijah Hurt is foul for strike one. Nate Winterhalter out for his third inning of work. And you see the scoreboard on the screen. Has done a good job thus far. And American Novell Post 159.org. We'll talk about him a little more as this inning goes on. They have a special event tomorrow. The Gid Pool Comedy Show. Tickets are $10 at the Post. The 0-1 right on the outside, black for strike two. So check out their comedy show tomorrow. And for more information, again, novellpost159.org. The 0-2 on his way from Winterhalter. Grounded down the line at third. Shoemaker will pick it up. Cole Shoemaker with the throw. What a throw. And he's safe at first base as Hurt was hustling down the line. So that's the first hit of the game for the Rams. And nothing different. Cole couldn't have done anything different there. Hurt with great speed. And he just put it right where he would have been safe at first. So now it's here, elite speed at first base and Hurt. Infield playing in, Shoemaker will have to come in. First pitch is high and outside for ball one. The 1-0 is fouled for strike one. Trying to keep up here with the count. Sorry, I left my computer mouse at Charlotte Sports Park today as I'm on my doubleheader called the Rays and Orioles this morning. And now here spending my Friday evening with you on our Facebook and YouTube pages. The 1-1 is grounded to Adrian at first, but foul. And the count's now 1-2. At Novell Post 159, 4 beautiful rooms to rent or rent the main part of the entire building for a private tribute band fundraiser for your school or parents group. They have veterans wellness clinics and healthy luncheon lectures next Tuesday from 9 to 1. Free integrative healthcare services, lecture, and food if you attend the lecture. You must sign up, and the sign-up sheets are in the Legion lobby. For more information, novellpost159.org. The 1-2 is high and outside. He throws down at second base, and Deans throws him out. Good job by Houston to get the tag down. The putout goes 2-6. And the count is now 2-2 to the Rams right fielder. Perfect throw by Deans. And a good tag by Houston. Gets the speedy Hurt. So that'll wipe out a runner off the base paths. The 2-2 is lined into right center field for a base hit. Embry comes up with it, and Cesar Silva will stay at first. The second hit of the night for the Rams. And that brings up the DH number 24, Landon Gearhart. Bottom of the order now for Riverview. The first pitch is grounded to Shoemaker at second. He'll flip to Houston for one. Back to Adrian for two. Second double play of the night for the Indians goes 4-6-3. And that'll do it here in the bottom half of the third. Through 3 full, your Indians with a 2-0 lead. We go to the top of the fourth. It's 7-8-9 for the good guys. Purcell, Deans, and Shoemaker, first 3 up. We'll be right back here on the Venice Baseball Broadcast. Top of the fourth, sponsored by Jody Callan, Premier Sotheby's International Realty. Call or text her at 941-525-8707. If you are in the market to buy or sell your home, you need Jody Callan on your side. Again, text her or call 941-525-8707. First pitch, Hunter Purcell is inside for ball 1. Indians with a 2-0 lead. Runs scored by John Whitney and DeSavion Cassaway. On RBI singles by Cole Shoemaker and John Whitney. The 1-0 goes to 1-1 now as Purcell looks at a strike on the inside corner. Purcell will take the 1-1 and ground it to shortstop right at Chris Barr, who can't make the play. That's an E6. Purcell's on, and that'll bring up Stephen Deans. It was an easy play for Barr. Had to come in a little bit, but had plenty of time with the speed deficient Hunter Purcell, I guess you could say. He's a good kid. I think he'd say the same thing. As we got a courtesy runner on for Purcell. I believe that's number 13, Nick Andonovsky. But it's hard to tell from this angle. Clint watching. Thanks, Clint. Allison watching from the Miami Open. And Kendra Westlake, one of the fabulous teachers at Venice High School. Big fan favorite of pretty much anyone that she comes across. 2-5-1 for the Indians now. 0-2-1 for the Rams, as I'll have to check. I believe that is Nick Andonovsky running for Purcell. Deansy 1-for-1 with a double. He'll bunt that one to move Andonovsky up to second. Good bunt by Stephen Deans. Sacrifice goes 1-3. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Brady Shoemaker. Dan Graham, hello from Denver, Colorado. Hey, Dan. Saw the big fire at, what's the Broncos home stadium now? Yeah, it's something at Mile High. Big fire there yesterday. Andonovsky off second. Shoemaker walked in the second, but was left stranded on third. First pitch to Shoemaker is high for ball 1. Good to see him pinch run here. Good speed at second is Nick running for Hunter Purcell. Good lead at second. Shoemaker will pop that one right back up the chute. Catcher can't find it. And it falls. Good effort by Pip Smalley to bring it in. But he can't get to it, and the count goes 1-1. That was a tough play. It's pretty dark behind home plate. What's that? No, it's not a whole lot of foul territory, and it's in a kind of got some shadows there. There's no real lights behind there. The 1-1, big swing and a miss by Shoemaker, and the count goes to 1-2. One ball, two strikes down to the Indians' second baseman. And he'll foul that one back into the nest, to the fence. We'll stay here 1-2. So in the schedule after the IMG tournament goes home, neutral, which really kind of cool today, is also a home game for the Indians. Then on the road to Cavalry Christian, and then back at home to take on the Rams once again on April 14th. The 1-2 high and outside. Count pulls even at 2-2. Sarasota game is one that'll be circled on the calendar for the Indians, as they dropped a tough one 7-4 on Wednesday to the Sailors. But that is the final matchup between Mike Metcalf and Coach Craig Faulkner, as this is Coach Metcalf's final season at the helm of the Sailors. Been a rivalry for a very long time on the Sun Coast. The 2-2 to Shoemaker, swung on and missed for strike three. And we got two outs here in the top of the fourth. We'll go flip the lineup back to top of the order, John Whitney. Whitney 2 for 2 with a double and a single. And again, don't want to leave speed out on the base paths, and Andonovsky. Base hit scores him from second. First pitch to Whitney is a curveball high for ball one. And they'll cycle through the signs once again. Glenott steps off. The 1-0, same spot, different result, as that one's called a strike. Just a tad lower. And the count pulls even at 1-1. Again, with the way Winterhalter started this game, 2 runs could be it, but why take that chance? Let's add a couple more. At least one more here. The 1-1. Big swing and a miss by Whitney. And he's behind in the count now, 1-2. Colano will come to the set. The 1-2 swung on and missed again. And Whitney's down on strikes for the final out here in the top half of the fourth. We go to the bottom, top of the order for Riverview. Chris Barr, Pip Smalley, and Dylan Wilds. First 3 up for the Rams. We'll be right back here on the Venice Baseball Broadcast. Bottom of the fourth. Nate Winterhalter through the lineup has faced the minimum. 3 innings, 9 hitters. And now goes the bottom half of the fourth, Chris Barr. Leading off for the Rams. First pitch is right on the outside corner for strike one. Josh Grant here on the Venice Baseball broadcast as we approach 8 o'clock on the Sun Coast. Thanks for spending your Friday night with us. It's a big sports weekend for the Indians. Parade of Champions tomorrow starting at 11 o'clock. If you make your way down to the island of Venice, honoring the 2021 8A State Championship football team and 2 of our athletes, our Special Olympics athletes who won a gold medal in basketball. We also added, just announced by Athletic Director Peter J. Dombrowski, we've also added a Special Olympic gold medalist golfer to tomorrow's Parade of Champions. So looking forward to that. The 1-1 fouled, and the count goes to 1-2. Aren't many small towns that hold parades for their student athletes, but Venice is unlike any other place. I think Venice Sun sports editor Vinny Portell's here with me in the press box and can agree. The 1-2 is grounded in the hole. It's Shoemaker at second. Winterhalter's got to get over to cover the bag. And he beat him to the bag as Adrian came off. And now they called him out. No, he's there. Again, tough to see with this line here as Barr hustled down the first baseline. Shoemaker had to range all the way to his left. And Winterhalter just couldn't get there fast enough. So that's 3 hits now for the Rams. And Pip Smalley's up, reached on an error back in the first. Bottom of the fourth, sponsored by Gemini Apparel. For all of your, to make your business, you and your business look good, check them out, GeminiApparel.com, for all of your screen printing, embroidery, promotional products, any kind of needs that you may have for you or your business. Check them out online, GeminiApparel.com. As that one is lofted into center. What a catch by John Embry in right as he dove and was able to bring it in, put out, that's a F9 in the scorebook. And there's one out here in the bottom half of the fourth. That'll bring up Dylan Wilds. Wilds grounded out 6-3 to end the first. As Winterhalter will check over at first. Good speed with Barr. Wilds will turn around and bunt. The pitch is low and outside for ball 1. Sweet 16 round of the NCAA tournament going on tonight. Gotta check some of these scores. Not much of a college basketball guy, but when tournament time comes around, not much better. Has your bracket been completely destroyed, Vin?
Yeah, it was when Gonzaga lost last night.
You know, why do people keep picking Gonzaga? They let you down every single year.
Yeah, they don't play anybody all year. That's what gets them.
Gonzaga fell to Arkansas 74-68. Villanova over Michigan. Houston over Arizona. Kansas with a big lead over Providence right now, 19-8. As that'll get a visit from Cooper Hammond out to talk to Winterhalter. Hammond, one of the most dominant pitchers in Venice high school history, does a lot of work with our side armors. Went to the University of Miami and now is on the staff here of your Venice Indians. The 2-0 is bunted right back to Winterhalter. He's got to come up with a play, and it's a sacrifice 1-3. Barr moves up to second, and there's 2 away. It's actually a very good bunt by Wilds. Didn't need to put it where he put it as Barr was off on the pitch, but he does his job. Cooper Backman steps in, led off the second, and grounded out 5-3. I grew up in Rhode Island in the URI PC years with Austin Crozier, God Shamgod, and all those guys. So good to see Providence basketball back on top, but currently trailing 19-8. And the other game currently going on, St. Peter's trailing by 4 to Purdue, the 3 versus 15 seed. St. Peter's took out Kentucky in the opening round and then Murray State. And now with an uphill battle against Purdue. But the national fate, we can all say that everybody's rooting for St. Peter's. Especially the gamblers. As Backman now faces an 0-1 count. Barr at second. The 0-1 outside. The count goes even at 1-1. Iowa State and Miami gets going at 10 o'clock tonight. And UNC UCLA at 9:40. The final games of the Sweet 16. The 1-1 just misses high. And the count goes to 2-1. Two 5-1 for the Indians, 0-3-1 now for the Rams. The 2-1 outside. And Backman's ahead in the count now, 3-1. Cooper Bowditch on deck. Winterhalter could be pitching around Bowditch now to get a force out at any base. As they come to the set, Barr with the lead, dances off second, and Winterhalter looks him back. Three balls, one strike now to the Rams left fielder. The 3-1 misses inside, and he walks him. And that'll put runners on first and second now for Bowditch.
The catcher, Cooper Bowditch.
It's kind of smart, too. Once you get behind in the count, try and pitch around him, see if he'll chase something. And if not, you'll get force the force out at any base. So Bowditch struck out looking in the second. And again, just attack the hitter here. As Bowditch lines it in a second center field, just over the outstretched glove of Brady Shoemaker. Barr will come around to score, and Cooper Bowditch has an RBI single. It's 2-1.
The first baseman, play Russ.
So Bowditch took the first offering from Winterhalter and dumped it into right field. Now runners still at first and second with 2 away. And the lead's now cut in half. 4 hits now for the Rams. Russin steps in, lined out to short to end the second. Warming in the Indians bullpen is righty Simon Yoakum. Yeah, interesting comment up here. Good, you can see him from here. Well, the Indians have several different pitchers with different arm slots. That's the thing; they don't throw that hard, but they've got guys who throw from all over the mound. So Winterhalter more of a sidearm, Yoakum more of a submariner, and a couple of Shapley with the sidearm, and that'll get a visit from head coach Craig Faulkner out to talk to his righty here with a 1-0 count. And he's not going to give him the hook here. He's just telling him, you got to throw a strike. You got to make a play. Let the defense behind you make it. So we can get out of this one with the Indians still with a one-run lead, and that's it. He does give Winterhalter the hook, and he'll bring in Simon Yoakum here with a 1-0 count, runners on first and second. We'll be right back here on the Venice Baseball broadcast. Faulkner goes to Yoakum here in a big spot with a 1-0 count to Clay Russin, the Rams' first baseman. Runners on first and second. Huge spot for Simon. Indians still with a 2-1 lead. The first pitch from Yoakum is grounded to first base to Trent Adrian. He'll step over, and one pitch, and Simon Yoakum gets out of it here in the bottom half of the fourth. We go to the top of the fifth. 2, 3, 4 done. Houston and Shoemaker first three up for the good guys. We'll be right back here on the Venice Baseball broadcast. Top of the fifth here, live from STC. It's your Indians with a 2-1 lead over the Riverview Rams. Josh Grant of the baseball broadcast here. Nick Dunn, Merrick Houston, first three up for the good guys. First pitch to Dunn is right on the inside corner for strike one. Nick Dunn 0 for 1 on the night. Hit a sacrifice bunt in the first, grounded out 6-3. And is looking to lead off the inning here for your Indians. It's a beautiful night from STC. Thanks for spending your Friday night with us. The 0-1 misses, and the count goes to 1-1. Siesta Beach Eats is your top of the fifth inning sponsor, part of the Sharkies group. If you haven't been to Sharkies, have you been to Venice? Some cool things going on as the Sharkies will be part of the 2022 Giving Challenge, and we'll have some information coming out about that. 1-1 is now 1-2 to Dunn. So we'll put that out here on the social media over the next couple of weeks to support the 2022 Giving Challenge. Indians hoping to get involved in that. 1-2 now to Nick Dunn. He'll ground it up the middle of the bar at short, who's been busy all night. Comes up firing across the diamond. Put out goes 6-3. Good play by Barr. And there's one away here in the top of the fifth. Merrick Houston will step in now. Houston 0 for 2. 5-3 ground out and struck out looking. There's no need to lug your heavy beach equipment across the sand. We've got your rental needs covered. Relax and unwind and have a great time at Siesta Beach. Rental chairs, umbrellas, cabanas, and much more available for your next visit. We'll even set it up for you. Single items and combo packages are available daily from 9 to 5, weather permitting. Siesta Beach Eats, the newest member of the Sharkies group. Sharkies, Fins, and Snook Haven. If you haven't been to any one of those, have you been to the island and city of Venice? First pitch is inside for ball one. Defensively, Houston is here, still trying to come back from that wrist injury, but coming back at the right spot, right time of the season, getting in the meat of the schedule. Indians 3-8, but they've been in a lot of the games. Just got to get something going offensively. 1-0 goes to 2-0. And Houston may be that spark in the middle of the lineup as a 3-hole hitter for the Tribe. And one of your captains along with Steven Deans. The 2-0 is popped over to second base. Wild's going to get under it and put it away for out number 2. Houston now 0 for 3. That'll bring up Cole Shoemaker 1 for 2 with an RBI single. One of the 2 runs driven in for your Indians. Cooper Backman giving Shoemaker a lot of respect down that left field line. First pitch of Shoe is a beautiful curveball by Clenott for strike 1. The 0-1 is grounded over to third base. Smalley will come up with it and put it away for out number 3. Indians go down in order in the top half of the fifth. We go to the bottom, 7, 8, 9. Hertz, Silva, and Gearhart, first 3 up for the Rams. We'll be right back here live from STC. Your Indians with a 2-1 lead. Simon Yoakum back out for his first official inning of work as he threw just 2 pitches to Clay Russin to close out the bottom half of the 4th. Elijah Hurd steps in. Josh Crane here on the Venice Baseball Broadcast. Thanks again for spending your Friday night here with us. Your Indians with a 2-1 lead over those Riverview Rams. First pitch by Yoakum right on the outside corner for strike 1. Good spot for Simon. And Nate Winterhalter with a good start tonight. Through 3 2/3. Allowed 1 run on 4 hits and struck out, had just 1 strikeout. But allowed his defense behind him to make plays. The 0-1. Good pitch by Yoakum for strike 2. And now you come in, you see a full side armor in Winterhalter, and now Yoakum comes with the submarine. Got to be confusing for those Rams hitters. As the 0-2 just misses away, count goes to 1-2. So again, we'll not see you for a week or so. We'll be back here live on Facebook and YouTube on Tuesday, April 5th, as the Sarasota Sailors come to the island of Venice for the second matchup of the year and final matchup in the Faulkner-Metcalf rivalry. The 1-2 is low and away. Count goes to 2-2. And then 3 days later on Friday, April 8th at Cool Today Park, spring training home of the Atlanta Braves, for your Indians to take on the Lemon Bay Manta Rays. Should be fun as only about 15 minutes separates those schools. So good communities in both places. The 2-2 outside. And Yoakum goes from 0-2 to 3-2. We'll get quite a bit of Manta Rays out for that game. And Sarasota they travel well too. So a couple of tough environments coming up for the Indians. They're both kind of at home. The 3-2 grounded over to Brady Shoemaker at second. And he hesitates and he's safe at first. Actually called him out. Yikes, not sure what happened with Brady, whether he just couldn't get the ball out of his hand. But he's called out at first base for the first out of the inning. Maybe Brady bobbled it on the way out on the transfer. The Riverview crowd didn't like it. The Indians crowd did. And that'll bring up Cesar Silva. Singled in the 3rd. As that one will get hit right at Merrick Houston with the easy throw across the diamond. Put out goes 6-3 for out number 2. Houston positioned perfectly on that play. Landon Gearhart steps in, grounded out 4-6-3 to end the 3rd, the second double play of the night for your Indians. That one will get away from Stephen Deans for ball 1. St. Peter's now with a 35-33 lead over Purdue. I don't know how accurate that score is, as ESPN's been a little slow. As the 1-0 is flied into left field, and Gearhart's on with a single. A little flare into left. That'll bring up Chris Barr.
Chris Barr.
5th hit of the night now for the Rams. 2 away here in the bottom half of the 5th. Thanks to Dr. Kevin Chapley, DMD. Bottom of the 5th sponsor. Summer's coming around. Get that smile taken care of. ShapleyDMD.com. Open Monday through Thursday. You can make your appointment live online or call them at 941-426-0215. As that'll get Coach Faulkner out to the mound to talk to Yoakum. And that'll do it for Simon as Douglas Shapley is warmed down in the Indians bullpen. And we'll see where the call goes here, as he's going to go to the lefty, John Whitney. So Whitney comes in relief of Yoakum. That'll send DeSavion Castaway out to center. And we'll be right back here on the Venice Baseball broadcast. Faulkner goes to his closer. The lefty, John Whitney, will move in from center field. DeSavion Castaway takes over in the outfield. And top of the order here for the Rams, Chris Barr. Runner on first, 2 away here in the bottom half of the 5th. Big spot for Whitney. Trying to get out of this one without a run getting across the board for the Rams. 2-1, 5 hits for both teams, 1 error for both teams. And the first pitch from Whitney is a fastball right on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Whitney, arguably the hardest thrower on this Indian staff. Not arguably. Whitney, the hardest thrower on this Indian staff, comes out and gives a different look. The 0-1 quickly is 0-2 now. So you go from Winterhalter, who throws relatively hard from the right side, to Yoakum. Similar to a fastball, changeup, fastball pitching sequence. The 0-2 swung on and missed, and Whitney puts him down on strikes to close out the 5th. We go to the top half of the 6th. Trent Adrian, John Embry, and Hunter Purcell. First 3 out for the good guys. We'll be right back here on the Venice Baseball broadcast. Top of the sixth here from STC. Trent Adrian leads off the inning for your Indians with a 2-1 lead. First pitch is lined into right field, right at Cesar Silva. One pitch, one away for the Rams. That'll bring up John Embry. Thanks to Peach Wave Frozen Yogurt. Check them out on Facebook at Peach Wave West Villages. Great sponsor here of the Venice baseball broadcast. Embry tonight lined out to right and reached on a fielder's choice in the third. Another guy I'd love to see get going here for the Indians. First pitch to Embry is right on the outside corner for strike one. And John Whitney came in to close out that last inning. Shapley is warm for the good guys, but see where Faulkner goes. The 0-1, a big swing and a miss, and Embry's now down 0-2. One away here, top half of the sixth.
The ball past
0-2. Now to Embry. And he'll take a step off. The 0-2 on its way. He'll ground it on the third baseline. Just foul. And we stay here 0-2. Again, lots of room down that left field line. The 0-2 will chop at it and put it to the left of the press box here. And it stays 0-2. The 0-2, another chop. He'll ground it back to the pitcher, but Embry, the ball gets away. Embry beat it out regardless. Embry will head into second. I'm gonna give John Embry an infield single on that, as that was a tough throw for Clenat to come off the mound for. But Embry will pull into second base. That'll bring up Hunter Purcell. Six into the ball game now for your Indians. Everybody good with that score?
Honestly, don't know. So close. Thinking about it.
First pitch is swung on and missed. This was a tough play. Actually, I guess you got to give him an error on that because he advanced to second.
Yeah, either way.
So either way, there's, yeah. Give him a base hit and an error on the throw. So infield single and an error on the throw. The 0-1 is lined into the Indians' bullpen down the left field line. Count goes to 0-2. The 0-2 freezes Purcell for strike three, and there's two away. Stephen Deans will step in 1-for-1 on the night with a double, and then later scored on the speed-up rule as DeSavion Castaway was in for him for the Indians' second run of the night. Now with a runner on second and Embry. Decent speed, lots of space down that left field line. Base hit could score Embry. As he'll swing at the first pitch, and that one will be fouled down the first baseline. Well out of play for strike one. We'll see what Deans can do. Single or double back in the second, right down the left field line. Indians could use another run. Rams put one on in the bottom half of the fourth. The 0-1's a curveball right on the inside corner for strike two. Oh, and 2 now to the Indians captain. Clenott has been outstanding in relief of starter Nick Polk. The 0-2 outside. 0-2 spot for ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Top of the sixth. Clenott comes to the slow set. Embry with a good lead at second. The 1-2 is high, and the count goes even at 2-2. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. The 2-2 from Clenott. It's a hanging curveball. Deans lost it in the right field. And Cesar Silva will put it away for out number 3. We go to the bottom half of the sixth. Pip Smalley, Dylan Wilds, Cooper Backman, 2, 3, 4. First 3 up for the Rams. You're listening to tonight's broadcast on Venice Indian Facebook page and YouTube, youtube.com/Venice High Baseball. We'll be right back. Pip Smalley will lead it off here in the bottom half of the sixth for the Rams. Facing John Whitney, first pitch just misses for ball one. Venice Sports Cards and Collectibles, the bottom of the sixth inning sponsor. Check them out, VeniceSportsCardsCollectibles.com. From sports cards to Pokemon, video games, wrestling, and more. Venice Sports Cards Collectibles. Thanks for being a sponsor here of the Venice Baseball broadcast. As the one that was lined into center field, Smalley's on with a leadoff single to start the sixth for the Rams. And that'll bring up the second baseman, number 4, Dylan Wilds. Sixth hit of the night now for the Rams. Extremely questionable. Wild steps in 0 for 1. Grounded out 6-3 and had a sacrifice bunt in the fourth. Whitney will check over on Smalley at first. Two 6-1 for the Indians, 1 6-2 for the Rams. Whitney's first official inning of work here as the bunt is bunted foul for strike one. The bunt play is on for the Rams. Good speed in Smalley at first. Got to move a guy over. Haven't had many chances tonight. So again, 6 hits, but only, other than the run that was scored, 1 runner in scoring position for the Rams. That was Cooper Backman in the fourth. 2 double plays have ended threats for the Rams. And the count's now 0-2 to Wilds. Big hole at short with Houston in double play depth. The 0-2, strike 3, misses the bunt attempt. Second K of the night for Whitney, and the first out here in the bottom half of the sixth. That'll bring up Backman. Backman 1 for 2 thus far. The first pitch from Whitney is a strike right on the outside black. And Whitney with a completely different look than both Winterhalter or Yoakum. The 0-1 is lined foul on the first baseline. And Whitney quickly is ahead in the count here, 0-2. Indians will travel again to the IMG tournament next week, but we'll be back home on April 5th against Sarasota. That'll be our next broadcast here on the Venice Baseball Network. The 0-2 swung on and missed for strike 3. The third swinging thus far tonight for Whitney. And 2 away here with Cooper Bowditch walking up to the plate, 1 for 2 on the night. As that fastball from Whitney is live tonight. As Bowditch will loft that one down the right field line. Embry's going to get under it and put it away for out number 3. And that's hit here in the bottom half of the sixth. We go to the top of the 7th, 9-1-2, first 3 up for the Indians, Shoemaker, Whitney, and Dunn. You're listening to tonight's broadcast on Facebook and our Venice Indian Baseball YouTube page, youtube.com/Venice High Baseball. We'll be right back. Brady Shoemaker, first man up for the Indians here. Top of the seventh with a 2-1 lead. Josh Grant on the Venice Baseball Broadcast. Thanks for joining us. First pitch is over for strike one. Shoemaker tonight, 0 for 1, walked in the second and struck out swinging in the fourth. The 0-1 is quickly 0-2 now. Again, Clenott has been outstanding in a relief role for the Rams. Indians with a 2-1 lead. 6 hits for both sides. The 0-2 is outside for ball one. Thanks to American Legion Novell Post 159. Check them out online, novellpost159.org. Thanks for being great sponsors here of the Venice Baseball Broadcast. It's Brady, Shoemaker, Whitney, and Dunn. First three up. The 1-2 swung on and missed, and Shoemaker's down. Swinging once again for out number one. And that'll bring Whitney up. Whitney 2 for 3 on the night with a single and a double. Struck out swinging back in the fourth. The first pitch to Whitney is high and outside for ball one. The 1-0 again outside. Count goes to 2-0. Shapley down warming for the Indians in the bullpen. But Whitney has been electric thus far. 6 hitters faced and 3 strikeouts as the 2-0 now goes to 2-1 there with that strike. The 2-1 to Whitney's foul back to the backstop. And the count pulls even now at 2-2. We'll likely see Whitney to come out to close it out. But again, Shapley warm down there. The 2-2 swung on and missed. Whitney chased that one. Second consecutive strikeout here for Clenott. That'll bring up Nick Dunn. Dunn 0 for 2. Sacrifice 1-3 and a pair of 6-3 groundouts. First pitch of Dunn is low and outside for ball one. The 1-0 stays low and away. Count goes to 2-0. Thanks, Fran. Great supporter of all Venice athletics and Venice High School. We'll see you tomorrow at the Parade of Champions. As you know, she'll be there. The 2-0 grounded into the hole at short. Barr's going to come up with a good play, and it gets through. So Nick Dunn's on with a 2-out single, and that'll bring up Merrick Houston. Indians now with 7 hits and good speed at first and Dunn. That'll get the Rams skipper out to the mound to talk to Clenott. We'll see if there's a change. We'll be right back here on the Venice Baseball Broadcast. And he's going to stick with his righty here. Head coach Jeremy Schmidt went out to talk to him. So runner on first now for Houston. Merrick Houston 0 for 3. And Clenott will check on the runner at first. As that one gets away, Dunn steals second. He'll take a look around second base. He was going on the pitch, so give credit Nick Dunn with a stolen base. The count's 1-0 now to Houston, and runner in scoring position for the Indian shortstop. That'll get a visit out to the mound for the catcher, Cooper Bowditch, to talk to his righty. Oh, we had a sub? Oh, I didn't catch that one. Okay, Landon Marsters. So, sub in the last inning for the Rams. The 1-0 is low and outside. Count goes to 2-0. Big hole at short. Base hit can score Dunn. The 2-0 is a curveball driven down the left field line, but well foul. Count goes to 2-1. Merrick quite a bit early on that one. Two balls, one strike fastball right on the outside corner. And the count is even at 2-2. Clenott looking to end it here. 2 balls, 2 strikes is low and outside. And count goes to 3-2. Looking to keep the Indians off the board. Give the Rams a shot on the bottom of the 7th. 6, 7, 8, first 3 up for the Rams. But only if Clenott can put away Houston here. The 3-2 driven into the right center field gap. Dunn will come around third. Nick Dunn's going to score. That one goes all the way to the fence. Houston's around second. He's digging for third. And Merrick Houston with an RBI triple extends the Indians' lead to 3-1. Attaboy, Merrick. The Cole Shoemaker steps in. Shoe 1 for 3 on the night. And a runner on third. As that one gets away from the catcher, Houston scampers home, and the Indians add an insurance run. It's as Houston scores, and it's 4-1. Worst case scenario for Clenott as first pitch to Shoemaker gets away. The 1-0 is low and outside. Count goes to 2-0. Two 2-0 high, and Clenott struggling. Trent Adrian on deck. The 3-0, get me over fastball for strike one. 4-8-1 now for your Indians. 1-6-2 for the Rams. The 3-1, driven to Barr at short, who makes the play, put out goes L6. And that'll do it here in the top half of the seventh as your Indians put 2 runs on the board. Last chance for the Rams, 6-7-8. Russ and Hurt and Silva, first 3 up. Let's see if Whitney can come in and nail this one down. We'll be right back here on the Venice Baseball broadcast. Last chance for the Rams. John Whitney in to nail this one down. Now with a 4-1 lead as Clay Russin leads off for the Rams. Russin 0 for 2 on the night, flew out to the shortstop and grounded out 3 unassisted. First pitch is over for strike one. 2 runs in the top half of the seventh. As Merrick Houston laced a triple to right field that scored Nick Dunn. And then on the very next pitch, a wild pitch by Clenott, Houston came home to extend the lead to 4-1. Whitney's got him quickly down now, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch fouled back, and will stay here at 0-2. Whitney rocks and fires the 0-2, swung on and missed for strike 3. And they cannot touch that fastball. Have not been able to touch it since Whitney came in. One away here in the bottom half of the seventh. Elijah Hurt steps in. Hurt 1 for 2, singled in the third and grounded out 4-3 in the fifth. First pitch from Whitney again is a strike. So it's interesting to watch just visually as the game goes on. The 0-1 swung on and missed for 0-2. You know, I've talked about it a couple times. You get the slower throwing Yoakum, and then Whitney comes in, and he looks like he's throwing about 150 compared to Yoakum. The 0-2 low and outside. Count goes to 1-2. Simon Yoakum doesn't throw that hard, but has great movement and locates well. The 1-2 fouled, and will stay here. The 1-2 from Whitney, high and away, and the count pulls even at 2-2. Again, if you're looking to buy or sell your home, and now's the time. Caller text Jody Callan at Premier Sotheby's International Realty, 941-525-8707. I checked out the Zestimate on my house today. Wow. The 2-2 is fouled and will stay here. But the problem is your value goes up, but trying to find somewhere comparable is not achievable at the moment. The 2-2 outside corner, strike three looking. And the Indians are one away from putting this one in the win column. Cesar Silva steps in 1 for 2, singled in the third, and grounded out 6-3 back in the fifth. I saw a statistic that 900 people are moving to Florida like every day. 900 people a day. First pitch is outside and low for ball one. The 1-0, same spot, same result. And Silva's ahead in the count now, 2-0. The 2-0 is grounded over to Shoemaker at third. He'll have to charge it. He fires, and the Indians finish off this one 4-1. Coach Faulkner thought he was going to come in tonight and win, and that they did, breaking a 7-game losing streak. And it's an important one as they bring it home against these Riverview Rams, an area rival. 4-1. We'll be right back here to wrap it up on the Venice Baseball broadcast. Don't go anywhere. Let's close this one out. Brought to you by the Venice Gondolier Sun. We'll make this one quick. The Indians bring home a 4-1 victory. John Whitney nails down the save. A strong start by Nate Winterhalter, and in relief, Simon Yoakum came in, and then Whitney closes the door. RBI singles by Cole Shoemaker, and Whitney again also helped out his own cause. And then 2 runs in the top half of the 7th, a RBI triple by Merrick Houston, scoring Nick Dunn, and then Houston came around to score on the wild pitch, and there's the 4 runs for your Indians. Let's check out the great job, Ryan Call. Thanks to those for listening and watching. We'll see you tomorrow on the island of Venice for the Parade of Champions, honoring your 2021 8A State Championship football team, along with Special Olympics basketball gold medal winners and a Special Olympian gold medal winner in the sport of golf. And we'll be back here on the Venice Baseball broadcast on April 5th at home on the island of Venice as your Indians take on the Sarasota Sailors. For all of us here at Venice Baseball, this is Josh Grant wishing you all a great evening, and we'll see you 10 days from now live here on Facebook and YouTube. Have a great night.